In a vast African savanna, King Maalo ruled with unmatched strength and power. He was tall and muscular with long black dreadlocks tied with a red headband and a striking white beard. Maalo became king by winning battles, and his strength made him the most feared ruler in the region. Under his rule, the kingdom grew rich. Gold, jewels, and slaves flowed into his palace as tribute from those he had defeated. People called him the Lion of the Savannah because of his bravery. But as his power grew, so did his pride, and soon he thought he was greater than the gods and spirits who protected the land. Queen Aluna, Maalo's wife, was a faithful believer in the spirits, a beauty in body and soul with curly hair that framed her face perfectly. She noticed Maalo's arrogance and warned him in private, begging him to humble himself and honor the spirits. When he refused to listen, she went before the court and warned everyone that the kingdom was in danger because of their growing disrespect for the spirits. Maalo mocked her warnings and continued to act without fear. The altars around the kingdom were slowly forgotten and neglected. Maalo's pride led him to destroy the sacred shrine of the waterfall spirit. He declared that he was more powerful than the spirits, shocking the people of his kingdom. The soldiers stood back as he wreaked havoc on the shrine, destroying the spirit statue and offerings. The spirits were angered by his defiance, and led by the waterfall spirit Ulezi, decided to punish him. They planned to trap the king to serve as a lesson to the kingdom. No one defies the spirits. The spirits, led by Ulezi, pulled their magic together and created a beautiful and magical being to carry out their plan. This being was a dark-skinned beauty with long dreadlocks decorated with white beads. Glowing mystical tattoos covered her body, and her eyes shone like the ocean. She wore a stunning blue and white outfit that made her look like a queen. The enchantress, complete in her full beauty, left the spirit glade and headed to the kingdom with her purpose in mind. Her beauty was so great that the people of the kingdom all stared whenever she walked out. King Maalo heard of a great beauty just arrived in his kingdom and quickly threw a general feast to ensure she attended. The feast lasted for days as the king's court took part in music, food, wine, and dancing. The enchantress, with her supernatural beauty and dancing prowess, captivated Maalo, who fell in love with her beauty and charm. She quickly became his lover and confidant, an act that caused the queen so much hurt. One day, the enchantress invited Maalo out on a walk in the forest. She told him she had found a beautiful waterfall on the other side of the forest. To the shock and concern of his guards, he instructed them to not follow, and he also left behind his trident, following his lover alone. When they reached the waterfall, the enchantress confronted him on his disdain for the spirits, and when he rebuffed her, she revealed her true form, growing 3 times her normal size. Her tattoos glowed brightly, and her energy filled the air. Maalo was in shock and awe as it was revealed that his lover was a creature of the spirits. Without his trident, he tried to fight her with his bare hands. Though he was strong, her strength as a spirit being was far greater. She overpowered him, pinning him to the ground as he struggled in vain, and with one blow she struck him, causing him to faint. The enchantress raised her hands and called upon the spirits, and they appeared in many forms: fire, water, wind, and earth, led by the mighty waterfall spirit Ulezi. The forest trees and ground crackled with supernatural energy from so many spirits being present. The spirits surrounded Maalo, and immediately they merged their powers and struck him with great force. Magic tendrils of energy wrapped around his body. He screamed in pain as his body began to change. His legs and arms shrunk and transformed into fins, and his skin grew black and white scales that shimmered with light. Long fleshy tentacles sprouted from his head, replacing his dreadlocks, and from his body grew a long and serpentine tail. His teeth turned sharp like a shark's, Maalo had become a monstrous catfish glowing with the energy of the spirits. The spirits took the monstrous catfish to a sacred pond near the waterfall shrine in the spirit glade. They placed it inside the pond and together they created a magical barrier of ancient power with binding runes that formed the dome over the pond, a shimmering field of energy that no human or spirit could break. King Maalo was trapped in the sacred pond as a monstrous catfish forever, a warning to all who dared challenge the spirits. The enchantress returned to the kingdom and told the people and Queen Aluna what had happened to the arrogant king who had dared to defy the spirits. She explained that the spirits had spared the kingdom because of the queen's faith and devotion. The people, now afraid of the spirits' wrath, rebuilt the destroyed waterfall shrine and renewed their worship. The enchantress, her mission complete, left the kingdom and disappeared from the mortal world. The story of King Maalo became a lesson for generations. It reminded everyone in the kingdom to honor the spirits and never let pride blind them to the power of the unseen forces that protect the land.